Serena wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning, desperately thirsty. She reaches for the water pitcher next to her bed and knocks it over, spilling out the water. She calls for the nurse, but the nurse doesn't come. She decides to get water herself, even though her doctor has told her to stay in bed, even though she could die if she falls. Some of the details about getting a glass of water have become interesting now, haven't they? We feel Serena's thirst. When she runs her hand under the tap, that ordinary act comes alive. We're right there, feeling the water. And if she has to climb on something to reach a glass, we're frightened for her. Here's another example. Billy is starting a new school, and he's heard that the teachers there are very strict. He goes off to school, and the author of Billy's story writes, "By the end of the day, Billy knew that the teachers were mean and strict." That doesn't tell us much, does it? Mean and strict are generalizations, nothing detailed about them. And because of the lack of detail, we don't get involved in the story. Suppose the author does include details, but the wrong ones. Suppose he writes about the number of kids in each class, the color of the walls in the hallways, the kinds of desks in the classrooms, and the food selections in the cafeteria. We're still not involved in the story. But suppose the author writes, "In homeroom, the girl next to Billy hummed softly while Mr. Painstrom took attendance. Mr. Painstrom heard her and slammed his attendance book down on her desk. He stuck his face right up to hers and yelled for 5 whole minutes. Wow, Billy thought. The teachers here really are mean and strict." Now we start caring. There are details, and the right ones, too. My favorite is Mr. Painstrom's menacing nearness to the girl's face. I can imagine them both, even though I haven't been told what they look like. So what makes a detail the right detail? The right details plunk us down inside a story and put us in our character's shoes. If we're at a tense point in a story, they heighten the tension. The details tell us that in Billy's school, just humming can set a teacher off. So we start to worry about Billy. What if he drops his pencil at the wrong moment? With Serena, the details make us feel her desperate thirst. They make us fear that she'll fail to get the water, or that she'll hurt herself. Details can also create an atmosphere. In the selection from Dave at Night, Dave's father died the week before, and his stepmother has brought him to an orphanage. This is how the Hebrew home for boys appears to Dave when he sees it for the first time. We turned the corner, and I saw the front of the asylum. My eyes traveled up to where a pointy tower rose, like a witch's hat, 3 stories above the entrance. Below the tower was a clock, and on each side of the clock was a smaller pointy tower. The whole building was only 4 stories high in the highest part, the middle section. The rest was just 3, but each story was very tall. The building wasn't made for people. It was made for witches, with plenty of room for their hats. The pointy towers and the witches' hats aren't inviting, are they? It's not a building I'd want to walk into, let alone call home. Now it's your turn. Writing time. Pick either or both of these. Ken is mad at his mother, and he's running away from home. Write a story about how he does it and what happens, using details to heighten the tension. Some opportunities for tension may be sneaking out without getting caught, walking along a dark road at night, meeting a stranger. 4 kids are invited to their teacher, Miss Frist's house for lunch. Write a story about the lunch, using details to create atmosphere and to reveal the teacher.